Hi guys, I'm Nick Bester, and when I first started running, I did a 5K in 25 minutes and 14 seconds. 9 years later, I did a 5K, my current PB, in 14:34, so I was able to knock off just more than 10 minutes over that stage. And today I want to share with you the top 5 tips that I learned through that transformation. Hopefully they can help you. Here they are. Let's go get it. Okay, so tip number 1. After every single run, I do this. I do 10 jump squats, 12 jump lunges, and 10 calf raises on each leg. Now, the only time I don't do that is if I know I have a race coming up and I want the legs to be extremely fresh, or if I know that I have a specifically focused weighted strength session that day. But ideally, we want to set aside time to do this strength work in our day, but we all live such busy, crazy lives, and often we struggle to find the time to do this. So it's honestly such a quick routine. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes after your run, and you just add it off onto the back of your run. So before I upload to Strava or have my post-run recovery smoothie, I do these 10 jump squats, 12 jump lunges, 10 calf raises, and they don't just change you overnight. They don't change you over a week or over a month, but I've been doing it for years. And if you look back over doing it for an extended period of time consistently over years and years and years, these small things go such a long way, especially in your early days of running when your body's still adapting and your muscles are still building. Often you tend to get niggles and potential injuries while your body's doing this transformation, but by doing this little bit of strength work after every single run, it really goes a long way. It helps your body get stronger and just gives you that chance to try and remain injury-free throughout training. It's a small thing, but it goes a long way. Get it done after every run. Trust me, you'll thank me later on in life for it. Okay, so tip number 2. Do a 10 to 15 minute daily routine, and just make these 10 to 15 minutes in your day for almost you time. So by this routine, I'm talking about some core work, some mobility work, some very light strength work, a lot of mental rejuvenation, putting on a playlist, getting lost into your own world, a bit of stretching, and then followed by about 5 minutes of foam rolling. I'll put a link up if you would like to follow exactly my routine that I do. But running can often take a lot out on you, and these routines really go such a long way, especially from a mental rejuvenation point of view, keeping you motivated, keeping you hungry to get out the door next time. And I didn't used to do this in my early years of running. Once I started doing this, I really saw some drastic improvements. So once again, a small thing that goes such a long way by religiously doing it day in, day out, week in, week out. Running can be a very straight back and forward motion. So by doing these routines, you're just increasing your mobility and just allowing yourself to be able to run a bit more freely. And all these little bits add up and go such a long way, because ultimately they complement your running, and we want to be faster runners, but we need to put in all these little bits around our running to get to where we want to get to. Okay, tip number 3, very important. Set mini goals along your journey. Okay, so when I was a 25-minute 5K runner, there's no ways I ever dreamed of breaking 15 minutes one day. All I was doing was focusing on the next goal and just trying to shave off minute by minute, and now it's come down to second by second. But try and aim for these mini goals. Like, don't look too far ahead. Look at the next one, do what it takes to get there, vision it, train it, go get it. And then once you do get it, don't just immediately set your sights on the next target. Be kind to yourself. There's so much hard work that we put into achieving those goals. And I've seen it happen to a lot of runners where you get to that time and you just immediately look at the next goal and look forward, and you don't actually reward yourself and appreciate the work that's gone into it. So be kind for yourself, celebrate the small little wins before focusing on the next goal. Don't look too far ahead. And after an extended period of time, once you've celebrated all those little wins, you add up all those little wins, and they go such a long way when you realize where you started and where you've come from. But don't look too far ahead. Look at the next mini goal, and the bigger picture will come naturally. Okay, tip number 4. Do not be scared to race or put in hard efforts that put you out of your comfort zone. Okay, so doing harder training sessions is great, and sessions are nice because you push yourself but you recover. But by doing hard efforts, that's what racing is all about. Racing is hard. It's hard for all of us. And to be honest, it doesn't get any easier. if anything, it actually gets a little bit harder. But by doing this consistently, pushing yourself to your limits, it allows you to, one, get mentally tougher, two, be able to handle that pain a bit better. You start getting accustomed to that pain and your body starts adapting to it. And three, you tend to recover a whole lot quicker by doing it time in and time out. So there's no point in, training easy and then come race day, you push yourself to your hardest, but you haven't done that before and you don't know what it's all about. So within training, yes, don't race every single week in and week out, but you do need those hard efforts, because ultimately that's hard. Training is hard, and you want your body to be accustomed to be able to handle that hard effort come race day. Okay, so tip number 5, you really need to try and make an effort to just enjoy and appreciate your running. With that, it makes running sustainable. Lots and lots of consistency equals good results. Okay, so motivational levels go like this, and you go through phases throughout training where you're super motivated and sometimes you just can't face getting out the door. I've had phases like that in the past, and it's important to deal with those phases, listen to your body, and if ever, it gets to that stage, like, do something else instead. Don't force it. As soon as you really start forcing it, it takes your enjoyment away from the sport, and then it becomes sort of an obligation and not something that you really want to do. As soon as you deal with that and you go through that cycle, work through that cycle, you come out the other side, often your motivational levels are high, you just want to get out there, you're able to be consistent week in and week out and hit those new levels. So grind through those low phases, listen to your body, deal with them. When motivational levels are up, show up consistently, and that's when the good results will come. Cool, so I hope those 5 tips can help you like they've helped me. The only thing left is to train smart, show up, and put in the work. Let's put in the work and go get those PBs. Come on.